This mess before you is the subject of today's video. This is everything that I've gotten in the last year, and I've just let it pile up to the point where it's overflowing onto my couch. Every single item in this pile will be inspected, and its fate decided. Whether that be recycling boxes, or putting stuff in the closet, or just putting stuff to the side until I get more shelves. Either way, I really need to clean this up. This is Franklin. Say hello, Franklin. I'm live streaming this to the Taliban. He's 2 years old. I also do have reason to believe there's a pretty healthy ecosystem living in there. I saw a gecko climbing on the boxes the other day, and I have a silverfish spawner in my room. So, like, whenever I lift up my couch or my bed, I'll see one in there. So that gecko's got to be eating good. A few months ago, I saw, like, a cockroach, and after that, I put some traps and, like, poison. So I don't think they should be a problem. But I haven't checked that trap, actually, so, you know what, let's check it. Nothing. Not a single thing.
Hello there. It's me from the future. Well, past me's future, your past, my present. Anyway, that this video was filmed like in July and it's now November. And not only have I been playing a shit ton of World of Warcraft in that time, I lost a lot of my footage that I filmed. Basically, I was paddleboarding and my phone, I think it's this one, was super fucking cracked and it got wet and I lost a lot of my footage. Some of it got to iCloud, but not the long time lapses. Anyway, I was originally going to film two videos, this one being cleaning up my room, and then another one when I get my two shelves and organizing everything. And the idea now is, since so much time has passed, I'm going to be merging those two videos into one. Since I have my two shelves now, I haven't built them yet, but by the end of this video, you will, they'll be together in my room and everything kind of done. And I will be jumping in here now in the first half of this video just because I've lost footage. Luckily I did take pictures of certain stuff that I did. Let me see if I can find it. Like this here. So what I did on the first day of this video, all these Bionicle sets that are here, from my last video actually, I moved them back into Bionicle storage in my closet, and then every single one of these Transformers and action figures that were on top of these boxes, I put onto the empty space on this shelf. That was the first day, and I believe you'll see that now.
Alright, it doesn't look much different other than the boxes being moved to there, but that was a load of progress. I do want to vacuum this couch and stuff, but it's 11 o'clock at night and I work at 8 in the morning, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. But I put all these figures here on this shelf. All these Black Series I was able to fit up there. And I did have to move put some clone troopers on this shelf here. But other than that, there's no figures here. I will move the Concorde and have to do something with the Orient Express. But I think that's it for day one.
And then the next day, basically, I moved everything out of my room in one night, which was like crazy. This was the only time lapse that was saved. I moved everything into boxes out in my living room, and the only video that was really kept was the conclusion, and then a little part of the gecko, of me finding the gecko that I mentioned way early in the video.
I found the gecko. I don't know if he's alive or not. He didn't move when I moved these battle droids. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's alive. Oh, I lost him. Oh no. Wait. There he is. No! Oh. He retreated. Alright, I'll find him later. There he is. Um, I think I'm gonna try to get him outside once I get everything out of here. He's gotten bigger since I last saw him. Come on, man. No, no, no. Oh, no. He went into this box, which is a big Home Depot skeleton that we cut the dog's hairs on. I guess he's living in there now. All right. I did not think I was gonna get this far tonight, but that's everything gone that I need out of here. There's the Axelar T9 from the last video, or that I mentioned in the last video. Those are just unbuilt sets, my VR, and then 3 boxes that have Transformers in them. However, I do have instead of a big pile of boxes, I have a bunch of boxes filled with boxes. So Transformers filled to the brim, Transformers filled to the brim. Marvel Legends, I'm gonna keep this one in my room because all these gotta go on my wall. Lego, I'm gonna recycle most of these, but I have to go through them because some of the extra parts are in there. But I will go through those. I have some bigger Lego boxes that I think I'm just gonna stack up in my room behind my bed. More Transformers, and then this is just recycling. This is where I'm gonna end it for tonight. I got way more done than I expected. Pretty much everything. I just need to figure out what to do with all those boxes. But I mean, like, I can finally play VR again. Like, I haven't been able to do that for months. But it's 9:30, I'm sweaty, and I need a shower.
Then after that, I was just sorting through all my boxes and stuff. I also cleaned up all these boxes around my desk. So all this Kingdom and Headmaster and Masterpiece stuff I took out of here. In their place, I put like Titan boxes and all my Commander class boxes. And I had a big stack here that I got rid of. All of that. So this is everything I was keeping so far. Here's everything from my desk. All of this stuff. Masterpiece, just random stuff in the lot of Studio Series. I want to recycle it eventually, but for now, because I want to keep the backgrounds, so I gotta figure out what I want to do with that. This is everything I recycled. So Core Class, Legacy, Deluxe, and Voyager, and some other stuff. Here it all is in flattened recycling mode, and that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm gonna film another part. You'll jump to that in a little bit of how my room looks now. It's been like 6 months, so I've accumulated a lot more stuff, and that will lead into the second part of this video of adding my 2 shelves.
I know what you're gonna say. You turned a pile of boxes and toys into another pile of boxes and toys. And yes, I did. But this one is sort of a highly organized pile of boxes and toys. I got all this in the last month. My Marvel Legends collection has grown. That's not even all of it. I have 2 big boxes of unboxed Marvel Legends. And every time I open a Transformer, I just put it here. Here's my desk. So, I got rid of the Kingdom stuff there. I have stuff there. So the plan, basically, is I'm going to put a new shelf here, swap these shelves. All those Marvel Legends plus all that is going to go on a new shelf in that corner and the wall. And to start doing that, I kind of need room here. So my first plan of action is getting this bed, that's all recycling, is getting this bed just out of the room. I'm going to vacuum and clean under it. Move this couch over there, vacuum and clean under here. Then I can have all the room I want to put all this wherever I need it to. Build the shelf, put it here. And yeah, hopefully it'll all work out in the end. well, that was terrifying, moving these shelves with everything on them, but I managed to do it. I did think ahead and got one poster out behind the shelf before I covered it up, but there is still a Spirited Away poster back there that I forgot. It's not attached, so I think I can raise it up that way or out that way. I don't know. And then there was a plug back there for my Xbox and stuff. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to use that again, so I'm gonna have to drag that out and plug it in under my computer. Anyway, so I think my next step, yeah, I got all this stuff here. I think my next step is building at least one of the shelves so that I can put all this stuff on it and then figure out what I'm going to do from there. Well, there you are. I was wondering where you were. You must have got stuck in a wormhole or something. It's been a year and a half. Oh, I might as well just start where I left off. Alright, this video is already such a mess, but I've been sitting on it for a while, and I kind of want to get some other shit out there, so I figured I might as well finish it. I'm going to go into the 2 shelves I added in this video, like earlier, and then I've done a lot more, so stay put. I never really considered myself much of a Marvel Legends collector, but when you put them all on a shelf, it really does look like that. So this is the bulk of the collection on the shelf. Obviously, it's still kind of a work in progress. I want to eventually hang the those 2 ships there, and probably Sauron, Shumagorath, a few others. The Avengers Tower will eventually go there. I don't have it yet. I was gonna get the X-Mansion, but kind of decided against it. But anyway, this is mostly X-Men movie stuff. I don't have a lot of movie stuff. Just other general good guys, and a lot more villains and anti-heroes of the sort. Some boxes, most of them are empty. There's a few in there that I'm kind of waffling on what to do with, because some of them are kind of duplicates of what I have here. Obviously, Daily Bugle, Sanctum Sanctorum, and then I have all the retro Spider-Man stuff on this wall over here. It's a little dark there, but then some more Spider-Man, and I've started hanging stuff. I'm really happy with how this looks. This all No Way Home stuff, but you can see it all there. And I'm gonna end up doing a lot more of that. I want to hang more Spider-Man figures here, but for now, they're kind of just attached to, where are they? Kind of just attached to the figures. And then we get into Avengers, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Secret Wars, all the other retro stuff. I have more figures hanging here. Yeah, you can see the Silver Surfer there in front of the Fantastic Four stuff. Then I'll get a wide shot. I got some posters on the ceiling too. So that is pretty much all there is to the Marvel Legends stuff. Originally, I did have a shelf kind of like that one here, and I had all my JoJo figures there, but I've moved them over there, and I'll get more into this in a second. But when I had that, the door would only open to like here, so that ended up being a problem. So now it opens here-ish, that's a lot better. But yeah, so I'm happy with this. Still some work to be done, and it being a year, it's gotten all dusty again. I gotta redust it. I'll probably go through it all once again. I did have like a lighting set up in there, but it was all cheap Home Depot stuff, and I don't have it plugged in. Maybe one day I want to do a lighting setup on all my shelves, which I think would be pretty cool. But anyway, that's my Marvel Legends for now. All right, now we're gonna get into the real meat. First of all, history does repeat itself. I have more boxes yet again. This is probably the third box pile in this video. Yeah. These three, that's new stuff that I got. I'm actually going to be filming fairly soon a unboxing video on them. And then this is just Black Series and unbuilt and some built Lego sets that are going to be part of all those shelves, which I will get into that later. But so what I'll do now is kind of move some of this, and then I will show you the Transformers collection. Starting with this shelf, which is what I added earlier in the video, and then I've pretty much done everything else. Alright, now that those boxes are out of the way, I've basically renovated my entire Transformers collection. Starting from here, what I did when I got that shelf, I just took everything that was condensed onto this shelf and put on there. So now I have, this is mostly Autobots, mostly Decepticons, some bleed over. I'll run through these pretty quick, but I got most of my Titans up here. G1 Headmaster stuff, Fortress Maximus, Omega Supreme, Devastator. This is just a lot of different Optimus Primes and different universes. That bleeds over into here. It's just a continuation of the same stuff. This is like a Decepticon version of that with a bunch of different Megatrons of different universes. Tripticon, Tidal Wave, 86 movie, Autobots, Pit of Judgment, Decepticons. I might end up moving the Dinobots back down to here if I get more stuff that will fit there. All of my Masterpiece movie figures, I have all of them from the 07 movie, including the 2 versions of Bumblebee. And I have all their repaints except for Revenge of the Fallen Starscream, which I do want. And I don't have the Bumblebee movie ones because I don't particularly care for them. Studio Series, Autobots, Decepticons, Bumblebee movie and Rise of the Beast stuff, Beast Wars, a lot of Micromaster and Core Class, and then this is just kind of like leftover. I got a lot of like the collabs and the Missing Link boxes and like the Mercenaries and the Rock Lords and the Pirates and stuff. And now this is also a new shelf. It's just the same one as that one, so I've had these for a bit now. They're pretty solid. I previously had that like IKEA TV stand. I needed more space, particularly for the Devil Savior Devastator. I'm really happy with this guy, but when I got him, he was just on top of a box pile for a couple months, and I was like, I really need something for him. So I bought one of these. He fits perfectly. So I got him there. Planning to eventually have the Studio Series Titan Grimlock when that comes out up here too. But I got all the recent primes that have come out, Lego. I did start hanging some Transformers. I got the Rainmakers and Soundwave. There's gonna be a lot more of that to come. Here I got a bunch of action figures. Those are a bunch of snail shell boxes in the back. But then here I got my Xbox, so I figured I'd put all the Halo figures. Most of it is 1,000 toys, except for those two, because Big Bad Toy Store still hasn't given me my pre-orders for those two. But other than that, Frazetta, Icon Collectibles, Boss Fight, and then Loose Collector. I got a bunch of boxes here, JoJo boxes, a bunch of other little figure boxes. Then with the TV, I got a bunch of characters that I have duplicates of in their vehicle modes. Down here, G1 for the most part, Season 1 and 2. I got a few Season 3 stragglers in there. But G1 Autobots, looking pretty full there. Decepticons, most part, early Seasons 2, and plus a few just random that come in there. Then we'll move over to this. So this is where I had all my Titan boxes and a bunch of other boxes stacked up on the wall. But let's knock that over. All the Titan boxes are now on my ceiling. I've unfolded them, plastered them on the ceiling, kind of giving them more of a full look. I want to do that with more boxes in general, but yeah, so I started getting into Gundam, and I wanted like a dedicated spot for them, so I got this shelving system from Home Depot. You can kind of see it there. It has this bracket that goes here and then down, and it's really adjustable for the most part, and I've been really happy with it. I have 4 here. Most of them are 48 long, except for that one, and then 3 here That one's 48, the other two are 36. This is still kind of how I actually have more room here now, which I'm really happy about. G1 Decepticon Headmasters plus Combiners, because they just kind of fit here more height-wise. If they were down here, you wouldn't be able to see them, because you can barely, with the lights off, see Superion. Plus, I really like the look of them, so I want them here on my desk. Headmasters, G2 stuff, just a few other stragglers. This is my desk, so I'll put whatever here. Then moving up here, we got more Autobots and Decepticons. This is a lot more Japanese stuff, including RID, Master Force, Star Convoy, Beast Wars, Missing Link, actually. I do want to get, if I ever do get Star Saber and Death Source, I want to put them here. Liar Kaiser's going to go here. I have him on pre-order. Got Black Zarek. Honestly, you can just barely see him. I wish he was more prominent, but Magmatron. Seacons, I'm actually going to get that all upgraded soon. And yeah, that's mostly it for the Transformers. I got my JoJo figures here. A lot of Snail Shell and Figma, and then this is what I've built so far of Gundam. I have a lot in my backlog there, plus probably gonna end up getting more. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. I've renovated all of this. I'm really happy with how it looks, but that's still just 3 corners of my room done, and I have all of that to go. So my plans with all this Lego stuff, I have a lot of unbuilt Lego sets. You can see I've still not built that. I mentioned that like 2 videos ago. I got a lot of castle stuff. Down here, even look at this. I got the Titanic here and a Venator. And I don't have the room for a lot of this Lego. Essentially, my plan with that is, so I got a lot of Star Wars stuff. What I want to do is get another one of these shelves, actually. Put it there, move that over, get rid of this shelf. I'll still have Bionicle somewhere else here. Probably recycle a lot of those boxes, because that just gets to a point where it's too much. Then, well, that will be more room, but that still won't be enough. My goal is everything that flies, any ship, which there's a lot of Star Wars ships, any ship that flies, that whole shelf there, anything plus, I got those 2 there, Tantive 4 up there, ISS, I got Ninjago Dragons, and Bionicle Fantoka, I want to hang them too. Anything that flies, I will hang from the ceiling. I do have to go a little more heavier duty, hanging the Lego than, like, say this is just command strips. Lego's gonna be a lot heavier than a single figure, especially if I want to hang the Venator, which I will hopefully be doing. And any Lego ship's gonna be heavier than a figure. The Titanic, actually, I want to put on a shelf over there, next to all my pirate and boating stuff, kind of like one of these along the wall. Speaking of pirates, and actually speaking more short term, because the Lego renovation is gonna be a lot more long term. I have the Steve the Tortuga halfway built. I actually started building that on stream like a month ago. I'm getting some engagement. I need to get back on that. This is halfway done. That was a lot of fun. I want to stream more Lego. Obviously, when I am able to build more, I'll stream it as well. But I gotta get that one done, and I would like to stream some Gundam builds as well. Then, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a short unboxing video of those 3 boxes there, because there's a lot of stuff in there. Then what I want to do is some reviews, just reviewing stuff. I have a lot of stuff, right? And it's just sitting here, kind of not doing much. So I figured I could get some reviews out. A lot of this. I want to start with Movie Masterpiece, because I have all of them except for Revenge of the Fallen Starscream, which I will probably get by the time I review him. But I'll probably go in order of release. And maybe him. That is a lot more of a daunting task, especially considering this guy, Mixmaster, or Split. But I would like to get that out too. And then, just figures. I'd like to do these guys. I'd like to do a lot of the Snail Shell figures. Lego and Gundam, I'm probably not going to do the ones I've already built, because I would prefer to like review something right after building it. So I can't really go back to like an old thing I've already built. But I might like review this after I'm done building it because that's more recent. That's kind of the idea. Anyway, that's where I'm at with my collection. I've made a lot of progress. Still a lot of progress to go. I should have some content coming out soon. If not, flame me alive. Like, subscribe, comment, smash that bell icon. Look out for some live streams or whatever else. And I'll be seeing you.